Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa has, for the very first time, as head of state, bestowed the 2018 National Order Awards on distinguished local citizens as well as eminent foreign nationals. The National Orders are the highest awards that South Africa bestows through the President of the Republic upon citizens and members of the international community that have all immensely contributed meaningfully towards making the country a free, democratic, as well as successful nation, united in its diversity. Let's take you live to our reporter Patricia Versace, who's out in Pretoria at the venue. And there, of course, she is going to be joined by some of the recipients. Patricia, it's over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Alicia. What a prestigious event we just observed right here at the Presidential Guest House, of course, in the heart of the capital city, where some of the country's great heroes and heroines were honored by the country's first citizen, President Cyril Ramaphosa. Of course, it was the National Order ceremony taking place here, and we saw several great people who have contributed immensely to the country's freedom, democracy in their various fields. Now, of course, we saw men, women, black and white being honored here by the president. Now, of course, the National Orders, some of the highest awards that one can get from any president. So, of course, it means that it is really a great honor for some of the men and women who were honored here today. And I am standing right here with perhaps a familiar face for many of you, a soccer legend, Neil Tovey, who is among the men and women who are honored here today. Of course, Mr. Tovey, great to have you with us. Perhaps a great moment for soccer fans who have been following you for years to see that today you got one of the greatest honors.
Yeah, I feel very, very privileged because, we play the game of football just for the love and to for your country, and we don't quite know when you achieve success what it's going to bring in the future years. You're just trying to play the game and play it to win and play for your country, which I said is a great honor in itself. But here today to be honored was absolute pleasure for me.
It's not just an honor to say thank you, but it serves as a token of motivation to encourage somebody like yourself, even though you're no longer playing soccer, but to continue in whichever other field that you're still active on, to contribute to whatever you can contribute with to South Africa as a collective.
Yeah, no, obviously we still got a lot to give. We played all those years back, but you still got to keep making a contribution to your country. And to the game of football, which I'm in, and to be honoured by the president, it gives you a great drive to continue on your success and your path way to help the game of football in the country, which is what I'm about.
All right, thank you so much. There you had soccer legend Neil Tovey talking about the award that he received from the president. Of course, he got the Order of Ikhamanga. Let's continue to get more reactions from some of the recipients of the National Orders here at the guest house. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
No, I'm fine, and how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Now we are joined by one of the recipients, and this is Eric Malloy, a boxing legend who also got the honor of Ikhamanga from the president. How do you feel at this moment?
No, I feel very much proud because I didn't know that I will reach such stage. Because, if somebody is not so fully educated, we don't think that I will reach this place in this time. Yeah.
And at the time for you, it was really just a sport that you fell in love with, but little did you know that you're actually also contributing immensely to building the country.
Yes, I have contributed mostly many. I'm very important to contribute in boxing, even in sports. Even in amalgamation for Mandela in 1990, when he get out from the prison, we contributed a lot to him.
All right. Thank you so much there. Boxing legend Eric Malloy also speaking about not knowing that this day would come and he would receive one of the highest orders from the country's first citizen. Now, I don't even need to introduce the face that is standing next to me right now. Lillian Dube joining me here. Oh, wow. What a warm feeling when we saw you going up to get that honor. And South Africans really just, being filled with pride as they saw you getting that award.
I could feel it, and I was also filled with pride.
It's a great honor.
A very great honor for me, especially because when we do these things, we're not doing them so that we can be awarded. We do them because we love what we do. It's our passion. Yes.
What does it mean for you? Obviously, when you started in the fields of the arts, when you started your career years back, little did you know that today you would be one of the greatest citizens in the country, achieving an award for your outstanding work, your immense contribution to the field that you are in.
You are so right, especially because I was working happily and my son Neil Tovey pushed me into this industry. To please him, I went for auditions and I've never looked back. And it's amazing that it came to here.
You're a woman who remain an inspiration to many South Africans, especially I think young black women who look up to you. Many of us have heard your story. We've identified with some of your struggles, and it's a long journey that you have traveled. We are celebrating 24 years of democracy this year, and when we look at people like you, we understand why we are here today.
Oh, thank you so much for you to say that. Mtanam, I always say to children, please, 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 women in particular, check those breasts. After 40, you must go for yearly mammograms. And before 40, do self-breast examination. Because you know I'm a twice breast cancer survivor. And the only reason I was saved was that I caught it on time. Because of Soul City. Remember Soul City? Yes. Yes.
And the honor that you received, it serves as an inspiration to yourself to continue the great work that you've been doing for so many years. What's next for you from here on?
You know, 2016, I was given an honor of Ramathiatsana, is the highest honor by the King of Lesotho. In 2017, I was given an honorary doctorate. And now this Ikamanga. So I can't say I've finished. I'm sure I'm going to get the baobab next because I'll never stop doing what I do.
Well, never stop dreaming. There she says it. Of course, the actress Lillian Dube here, just speaking about the award that she just received. We continue with our rolling reactions from the various recipients who have been honored by the president. Here's another familiar face that is joining us right now. Of course, Advocate Nakedi joining me here today. Beautiful hat, but I think you received much more than that today.
I did. It's such a wonderful, warm feeling. I feel so many things. I feel blessed. I feel humbled. It's an honor and a privilege. All these wonderful things that you can say, when you feel great. And especially when you think that there's so many other people deserving of this, but some of us are actually quite privileged and lucky that, we can get it now. And as Hot Six says, that it's much better to be recognized when you're still alive, or people saying they appreciate you when you're alive. So it's really lovely. Thank you.
Some of us remember you from the days of Nkusheng. That's where we first saw this beautiful face on our screens. But you're more than that. You remain an activist for justice, for gender equality in our country. You've stretched and spread your wings to other fields that have really contributed to, I think, the emancipation of women in the country.
Thank you. It's nice of you to say that. I can see that you're young. If you only remember me when I'd been an actress, most people actually still remember me when I'd been a model. For a long time, when I'd been an actress, people couldn't associate me with acting. All they could think of was me having been a model. And those had been my happier days, because I worked a lot with young people. I really, with youth development, I'm from Mamelodi. I always say I'm a Mamelodian through and through, and I used to teach kids modeling in YMCA and in other townships, Vosloorus, Soweto. So by the time really I became an actress, I'd been, quite seasoned with working with youth development. And yes, I've always been very vocal about women's rights and children's rights, because as I say that I work with the youth, and but I didn't think that I was being an activist. I just thought that I'm doing what we all are supposed to do, having equality, having justice for everybody, whether you are black or white or a woman. So it's wonderful that now that journey has been recognized, and I got now into the legal field, which I'm still crawling into, still struggling into, enjoying it, and hopefully it will also be a much wonderful opportunity for me to be able to now, in the legal field, legally be able to fight properly and at courts.
All right. Thank you so much, Advocate there, and congratulations, and continue to make South Africa proud in your various fields, wherever you may go. May you prosper moving forward. Well, there you have it, the voices here who have been bestowed the highest order from the country's first citizen, President Cyril Ramaphosa. Here now, of course, you saw various recipients here from, of course, even retired former Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke being honored by President Cyril Ramaphosa here, and some of the guests that I have been speaking to here, getting reactions from them in terms of how they feel, saying that little did they know that today they would receive the highest order and honor in the land from the country's first citizen. Well, from us here on the ground, thank you so much for watching us. It's a wrap. Back to you in studio.
Thank you so much. That is our reporter Patricia Visache. She was joining us from Pretoria, where, of course, the national orders for this year were bestowed upon the recipients. And she's just been speaking to those top recipients, among them Neil Tovey and, of course, former Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke. Right now, we're going to continue with other news for the day.